button.
Oh, yeah! Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1665 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. 311.
311 has grassroots. Come on, yeah. 311 has grassroots. For real. 311 has grassroots. Come on, yeah. 311 has grassroots.
That's them.
Boom,
311. It's
I was
311
wondering
day.
why you had a shit-eating grin on your face when you were doing that. Good morning. You had like a secret.
No, I'm sorry if I fucked that up. I upgraded to Mac OS Sequoia, and I tried to move a window when I was yelling, and then now they had the snap thing, so like my whole screen became the window I was trying to move. Not used to the new OS yet.
I could tell you had something going on in your head when you had the secret. Yeah.
Rough start to 311 day for me.
Terrible use of time.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, 311 day. Yes, I got it.
Shout out to the Hive.
Tony and
I'll
live
stay home today.
Good morning. Your hands
You were all mixed up, Willie.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah. Don't know what to do. Next thing you turn this today. What we're covering. Wes is covering Air India for us.
Yeah. It's about as stinky as you can imagine.
They haven't cracked the code on that one yet.
No. I'm going to tell you how stinky it can get on Air India.
Oh yeah, but it's a beautiful disaster.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, if you've flown developing world, is that how you say it? I don't know how you say it. If you've flown Africa Airlines, Asian Airlines, and stuff like that.
Are you covering the meme of the guy who goes, "Whoever's fighting, your fights are stinky. Please stop."
No, I don't have that. No, we can talk about it. I don't have it though.
Oh, that's a good meme.
Yeah, it's good.
There's just a different must on those flights compared to the European, the Western world flights.
Musty flight.
Yeah.
Currently not live on X because X sucks today.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Oh, hilarious!
You
right?
couldn't
Yeah.
have
So
button.
X is down or was down. I guess live streams are still down. And Grok is having a hard time today. All of Elon's servers have been attacked. What do we got after that? I don't even know. Where did I write this shit down? Oh, we have an egg. I've got Druski. I'm gonna tell you guys about Druski. And then we've got an egg smuggling epidemic with Mark.
Yeah, used to be smuggling plums, now it's smuggling eggs. And it's bad.
Now it's smuggling.
It's the number one. It's the number one issue at our borders right now.
Wow.
Eggs.
Am I on a delay or am I high pitched?
No, you're good. And then
You're
we're going to
fine.
get into a rough story in Memphis.
That's right.
So,
Okay.
So,
Good.
Okay.
Real rough one. All right. Well, Wes, take it away.
Yeah. Let's go. Have a little fun with this one. When it comes to things that are probably stinky, this next story takes the Allahabadi cake. That's a cake that they make in India. Because this is one stinky scenario I'm about to tell you about, or a badabudar, as they say in Hindi, which means stinky. Babador dadar. Stinky.
That all means stinky.
Yeah,
Really?
It's like a
long word.
15-letter word. Badabudadar. Stinky.
That's stinky.
Okay? Yeah, it's stinky. So
They
imagine
tried
this,
to
guys.
make it hard to say because they know it would be said a lot, right?
yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's one way to fight back.
Yeah.
without actually
There's got to be like
changing.
a slang. There's got to be a short, like a short.
sure there is.
Shorthand.
Sure that. Yeah. So I'm just going to paint a picture for you guys. Imagine this. You're a white woman on an Air India flight, okay? It's hot for some reason. The smell of pungent spices and BO fill the cabin, and you settle into what is probably going to be the longest 14-hour flight of your life, okay? The seats look like
14 from the U.S., right? 14, is that correct?
Chicago to Delhi, 14 and a half hours. The seats look like they're from the 1970s, and the men and women are dressed like they're from the 1970s for some reason. And the man sitting next to you has just taken carefully wrapped jackfruit out of his backpack and is cutting it into pieces on the plane.
Oh man, that's
that
the
stinky
fruit
fruit.
they have.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of the stinkiest fruits, not durian, but it's stinky.
Durian. Right,
Yeah.
right. Durian's more stinky.
The musky smell of the fruit fills the air as he turns and offers you a piece from the palm of his hand, which looks like he just rubbed ash on it, and you politely refuse as he stares deep into your breasts. Okay, you getting it?
Tales all his time, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's on their phones, ignoring the flight attendant's pleas to put away the devices before takeoff, and half the plane is standing up, communicating with each other as if everyone on the plane knows each other or is bartering. It's like a a market in there. One man is smoking a cigarette. A mother is stuffing her tightly wrapped baby in the overhead bin, and a woman behind you is clearly a prisoner being taken back to Delhi against her will. Okay.
Now wait a minute. You say they don't take care of their children?
Well, I'm just saying the flights are full.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're like on trains over there.
Pack 'em in.
They'll stuff them anywhere. Eventually, the flight finally takes off. Everyone settles the fuck down, begins eating their food, which they have packed in Tupperware, wrapped in grocery bags for the flight. And about an hour into the flight, the man sitting next to you abruptly gets up and crawls over you. Doesn't even ask you to move, just thrusts his penis in your face, makes his way to the restroom.
Okay.
Which there are 12 on this flight. It's a huge plane. I think it's a
Wow.
747, big seven. Pretty soon you notice that the aisles are full of Indians waiting for the bathroom, and you realize you've missed your window, as this is probably going to be the scene for the entire 14-and-a-half-hour flight. Quickly, one by one, the Indians clog and destroy the toilets, flushing their lunch bags and, as was found out later, rags, just plain old rags, down the plane's fragile plumbing system.
What?
Yeah.
I don't need this anymore.
What is your rag?
People are tossing rags down the plane toilet.
Yeah, I flushed it down the toilet with my lunch bag.
Seems like as good a time as any to get rid of this.
What
Wow.
did you do to your rag?
Wait.
Yeah, just rags down the toilet. So at 5 hours in, panic starts to set in, as reports are that there are 10 of 12 toilets on the plane have become clogged with literal bags and rags.
Wait, so that wasn't a joke. They literally tossed lunch trash in the fucking
bags
no.
and rags.
They're
is what
down
they
to
were-
2 toilets, and one of them's got to be for like the pilot.
Yeah.
There's signs all over the bathroom that says "Don't throw your trash in the toilet."
No, they don't listen to that. So I'm
It's
going to
okay.
play you a news clip from an Indian news source to tell you exactly what happened after that.
In a statement to HT.com, the airline said that a technical issue forced the flight to return to the US city and all passengers were offered a full refund. But social media confessions reveal a different story. In an anonymous Reddit post shared 3 days ago, the flyer claimed that 8 of the plane's 12 toilets were blocked and the crew decided to take off from Chicago despite being aware of the issue. The user wrote on Reddit, apparently the crew knew about it but decided to take off. Then the captain did not announce that the flight was returning back. Some passengers noticed it on the flight map and raised the issue.
So they're like, "Where is this motherfucker going? He's turned the plane a 180."
So you're saying the plane from Delhi to Chicago had already clogged all 8?
From Chicago to Delhi, they were over Greenland. They took off with 8 of the 12 toilets already clogged.
Right.
That's
So
what I'm
Will's
saying.
suggesting the original flight from Delhi to
Right,
Chicago
the-
did work.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right. So
Right.
They started with 8 clogged. That means the last flight clogged 8, or
They clogged them
up.
so good that they
Yeah.
couldn't fix them in the turnaround time.
No, it was impossible. They were like, we either
Yeah.
got to cancel this flight or we got to just hope that they don't all eat their lunch at the same time.
They
And,
tried to fly 14
So
hours.
they clogged 2 more on the way.
yeah,
Just-
yeah. They took
went
care of the
They went
rest.
from 4 to 2. They went
Yeah.
from 8 clogged to 10.
This has to be right. Like, did they actually clog 12, or did some of the other clogs lead to other clogs? You know what I mean? Like, is it like a
It
plumbing
might be a
system?
backup.
Listen, you
backup
put
system,
1 or 2 rags in one of those toilets, and it's getting clogged no matter what. So
It's
you know,
unbelievable. People
Yeah.
were stuffing shit in the,
Unbelievable.
in the airplane bathroom.
It's
And-
like in pool when the ball gets stuck in the one pocket and then it can't come down. Is that what you're saying, Pat? Like, yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, there's got to be something related. Like, I would be impressed if 10 individuals went in and clogged 10 individual toilets versus like 3 or 4 bad actors kind of clogged up the plumbing system at large.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's some video from inside the plane of the passengers just standing there.
The backlash was more vehement on X, where unrelated footage from inside Air India plane has garnered 6 million views in a matter of hours. So much so that Shiv Sena UBP Rajya Sabha MP Priyanka Chaturvedi also tweeted about the issue.
So they got the politicians in India are coming down hard on Air India because it's just a bad look. They're like,
It's embarrassing.
They already think that this is what we are, and now you're just proving them right.
This is embarrassing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Clog all the toilets from poor bathroom etiquette, and then you try to make paying customers fly on the clogged toilets. Horrible look for Air India.
Yeah, and apparently this is pretty normal for Air India. One woman said, my mom once flew New York City to Delhi on a plane that was leaking toilet water into the aisle, so this is normal. There's countless other accounts like that on X, and Air India even admitted that it's encountered such incidents on previous flights, finding objects such as blankets and diapers flushed down the toilet. So they just flush. They just take advantage of a toilet.
This is a fucked up thing to say, but is it that they don't understand toilet etiquette? Is that what it is? It's like it's foreign to them that they think
you can say it, Pat.
anything will go down there.
You think it's magic?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
They're
Signs
testing its limits.
Cold.
Yeah. I've heard about these things.
Try this rag. It's unstoppable.
Yeah, it's like, will it blend? Will it flush?
You've got to try this thing.
Yeah.
I got 4 of my rags down. Yeah. So
This is why we get hacked by the Indians.
I know.
But they're
Dude, you got
Oh, it's unbelievable though. This is bad for Air India. I mean, it's not. Is it on Indian people? Maybe it's mostly on Air India. I would say.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
It's on Air India and the people that are flushing rags down the toilet. You can't.
But think about a toilet. Think about an airplane toilet real quick. I'll see if I can get a picture up.
It's pathetic. Yeah.
it's like the little ball, and then
Unlike
it rolls
a normal
over.
toilet, it has a trap door, and that you can see this, so you can see the size of the drain, and you
Yeah,
can see what's
tiny.
going to fit or not fit down there. A lot of the mystery is taken out of an airplane toilet.
Right.
It doesn't
It's
really
just a little
flush.
pipe.
Well,
It's just
maybe
a
they
little
should
pipe
add
that
it to
sucks
the
shit in.
to the safety briefing on Air
Well,
India.
no,
Yes.
Mark, they say it
Like,
everywhere on the plane.
No. Yeah, but people aren't reading the signs. They're just going in there and like, ooh, look what I could flush. They need to be like, hey, everyone, take out the headphones for a second.
They're not
We
listening.
understand seems like magical technology to some of you people.
There's like 15 signs in the bathroom. Like, do not flush objects. Do not flush objects. It's on every surface.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, they
I
don't
mean-
actually really. I mean, it's a tiny hole.
If you're seeing that and thinking a fucking diaper can go down there, you're a goddamn asshole.
Well, you have to stuff it with your hand the rest of the way.
Or your stick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, I understand a lot of you are fired up to get your sticks out, okay? Let's keep our sticks in our luggage.
Yeah. You're wearing
Our
those
jamming sticks.
wearing those pointy shoes just for
Going to the
that.
bathroom. Does anyone have any rags they want to get rid of?
Yeah. So they said they got full refunds, but of course it fucked up everyone's day because they were 5 hours into this 14-hour flight. So it was a 10-hour flight to nowhere, basically.
Yeah, trips canceled pretty much, right? Like,
Yeah, trips canceled. People, they got refunds for the flight. They put them in hotels if they needed it, but that's about it so far. So people missed, weddings and all kinds of shit they were on their way to because people couldn't not flush their rags down the toilet.
Wow.
Well, also though, I mean, Air India could have just canceled the fucking flight. Right? You have 4 operational bathrooms on a 14-hour flight. It's just not good
Yeah,
business.
and
Well,
just playing a numbers game. If you went down from 12 to 4 on the way in, it's not great odds for you to keep those 4 up and running.
Yeah.
Dude, these flights are dirt
Not after
fucking
lunch.
cheap, dude.
It's literally looks like it's from the 70s. This is a modern picture of an Air India cabin. Look at that.
So-
So you're saying, Pat, you get
I
what
would
you pay for,
definitely smoke on that
basically?
plane.
yeah,
one
looks like
way
you should smoke, right?
one-way economy, and this is granted. This is like 4 months out, September, 5 months out. $424 one way to India from Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
They should charge you to use the restroom, and then
Jesus, dude.
you have to say you're not going to flush anything weird down on the way in.
It's $424 to go 7,400 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Air India is going to be around too much longer, based on the other reviews I was reading about how just terrible it is.
Might be the only option though. Some places.
Yeah,
so.
it's the only nonstop usually from the United States to Delhi. So it's like good for senior citizens. They were saying online that don't want to have to like get off the plane and move and blah blah blah. blah.
I'll deal with a shit turnaround once in a while.
Yeah,
for cheap
no
flights.
problem. No
Oh
problem.
man, I'm looking at on Air India's website documents and items required for Chicago to Delhi flight: passport, visa, flight tickets, rags, travel insurance.
Yeah.
Flushable, why does it say flushable rag?
Stop passing out rags to everyone before they get on the flight.
They need to be running trash the whole flight.
Here is your rag.
Trash collection.
Now don't flush it.
Don't flush this rag.
That's
I
terrible.
flushed my rag.
That's
I'm
like being
sorry.
on the cruise ship in the shit wall.
Did they say don't flush the rag? Or do?
Hey,
Once
give me
you
a
stuff
rag.
it in,
I need to look like I still have my rag when they come around.
Regardless of what they said, I think it's going to go down the magical hole. No problems.
Yeah.
Did they mention a stench on the plane, Wes? Like from the
Oh
clogged
man, you can
toilets?
imagine.
well, you saw in the video. I mean, the people
Yeah.
they're doing the Bagadur. What's the name, Wes?
Badabudar.
What did you call me?
Badabudar.
Badabudar.
That's a good
Yeah.
insult.
Badabudar. Yeah. So there you go. Don't fly Air India. That's I guess the moral of the story.
Kind of, yeah, pretty
yeah.
much. I mean, unless
Well,
you're really
ask-
strapped for cash, and you need to
Right.
go to Delhi.
Yeah.
Ask if the toilets are working before sitting
Yeah.
down and buckling up.
Guaranteed, no. Is almost. It sounds like it's 60% of the time you're not going to have access to a toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long flight for no toilet.
Guys, let's talk about our sponsor today, Fitbod. I don't know about you. Sometimes when I'm late at night, I'm on social media and I get an algorithm where it's just people telling me how to lose weight because they know I'm fat, probably because I've just been looking at food videos.
Oh, I know
So
that algorithm.
then they're like, oh, you fat ass, you should probably lose some weight instead of looking at these food videos. And it's everyone telling you a million different things about how to lose weight, how to get in shape, the doom scroll of fitness tips and tricks. There's plenty of fitness influencers that are trying to sell you less for more. Fitbod combines the workout planning and tracking you need to stay consistent and make progress. Consistency is key. Let's face it. You're going to have to put in a little bit of work to get in shape, right? Which is hard enough. So why not get the most out of the time you're spending doing that? I can't think of a worse way to spend my time than doing a workout that isn't doing shit for me, which with Fitbod, you won't have to worry about that. They will customize a workout for you, track your progress, and make sure you are getting the most out of your workouts with the available equipment in your home or gym. It's like having a personal trainer in your pocket. What I love about the app is all the tutorial videos on proper exercise technique and form. Again, if you aren't working out the right way, you're wasting valuable time and energy that could be going to real gains in weight loss, right? I'm down about 10 pounds in 3 weeks, which is about the pace I want to be going. Be able to keep it off, hopefully. I love the workout streaks in the app. Encourages me to keep up the good work because I'm a baby and I need that. And Fitbod adapts to your body so you can break through those workout plateaus and keep the progress going. So it tracks your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout, keep your momentum up, and level up your workouts with customized fitness plans that work for you and 1,000 demonstration videos. So no reason to not get in there and use this app. Level up your workout. Join Fitbod today. Get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app free for 7 days at fitbod.me/hard factor. That's FITBOD.me/hard factor.
Do it. Fitbod is a great app. Helps get you in shape.
Yeah.
Let's talk about another guy, Wes, who's definitely in that fitness algorithm where it sees the shape of his face. And then it just shows him fitness videos because it's like, you probably need this.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm talking about Druski. He's in that boat with us, Wes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about why he's one of the trends. X was down on Monday morning for the start of NFL free agency, as we discussed. It didn't stop Adam Peters from signing Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders, though. So it's really great.
I think so, Will.
It's even greater because he's a 5-time All-Pro and he did the bong, he got caught with the bong.
Yep, Pro Bowl last season, so it's pretty good. Just
It's
saying.
a fun signing.
Yes,
he is old, Mark.
Pro Bowl.
He is old, Mark. He is old, but that's okay. He
I
moves
didn't
like a
say that.
cat
I was
still. Okay, I knew what
complimenting.
you were thinking. I know what you're thinking.
No.
Okay,
I was
wasn't
thinking, and I know nothing.
No.
I
Yeah,
heard
well, he's
5
young
Pro
at
Bowls,
heart.
and I was like, this guy must be old.
He's old in age maybe, but he's young at heart. Loves the ganja. Keeps him spry. There were other signings as well, of course, including Kenny Pickett to the Browns. Pretty funny. He might actually
What?
start for them. Yeah.
That's
Sam Darnold's
their
a Seahawk.
starting quarterback right now.
Kenny Pickett, maybe. Yeah, the Browns potentially.
What?
Anyways, listen to Let's Go with Extra O's, the podcast on patreon.com/hardfact to get more NFL talk. But back to the trends. And the biggest one of all this week, by far, the most rotund, Druski. I'm going to start off this segment with a giant, allegedly, all caps, allegedly, because Odell Beckham Jr. and Druski have been named in a new Diddy, an updated Diddy lawsuit in California, and they're both denying it. Here's Druski's denial. He's saying it's a fabricated lie. Saying he was like living at his mom's right at the time in 2018 when this happened. He thinks it's 100% fake, and he's going to be vindicated. So allegedly, big allegedly here, but there's a good reason to deny as well in this case, because the alleged victim claims that she ended up stabbing Diddy on one fateful night in March 2018 in California, one that Pat has covered before. It's the same alleged victim, Ashley Parham, who claims Diddy raped her after she thought that he she thought that he played a role in Tupac's murder. So he overhears,
Right.
this is the allegation, like on FaceTime, right? She's like, oh, I'm not going to work with Diddy. I think he had something to do with Tupac's murder. And then a month later, she's abducted and gang raped. Right, that was
this random woman is at like a bar talking to someone else. Someone calls Diddy on FaceTime. He overhears something, says what, and then puts it in his little Diddy brain that he's going to come back and murder that rando.
Yeah,
who thinks the same thing that all of America thinks.
And then he allegedly did it, and he said, "Get her over here." So her friend who was FaceTiming Diddy called his female friend over, and he's like, "I need you to come over to my apartment, help me with something."
Need medicine. Yeah,
I have no choice here. Got to do it.
The entrapment. Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did the Browns only watch the last series of the Super Bowl and think Kenny Pickett won the Super Bowl?
No, I don't know. The Browns just are
because he was in there. He took the knees. Okay. All right.
Yeah. No, I thought that they were gonna, since they re-signed Myles Garrett, I thought they'd actually like maybe sign a decent quarterback. No,
He's
they signed
probably
Kenny
not real
Pickett.
happy now. Yeah.
Yeah, probably pretty upset, Myles Garrett. But yeah, it's that same exact case, Pat. That's the one. And so her updated suit, the reason we're talking about it now, that was filed last October. She's updated the suit to now include over the identities of over a dozen bad boys for life who were allegedly part of the gang rape crew, including Druski and OBJ.
Is this woman white?
Ashley Parham. I haven't looked her up. Pat, do you remember from when you did?
I don't recall, but I'll take a look. Why does it matter, Wes?
Because I'm wondering if she just is one of these white chicks that can't tell the black people apart, and she's just naming. Yeah,
good point. I mean, it could just be a lookalike situation. Anyways, OBJ and
fat,
Druski
hilarious black dude.
are named now, and they're both accused of being in the gang rape crew allegedly. Again, all caps allegedly.
I definitely thought to myself, because Druski's argument, which is the strongest, period, was I wasn't a public figure at the time. I wasn't famous at the time, so why the fuck would I be at a Diddy party? I mean, that's a much stronger argument than Odell Beckham Jr., but I was thinking this morning, if this is true, there's probably a fat guy who is sweating really hard right now. A fat guy who was in Diddy's crew.
And he was like maybe cracking jokes before the rape, too, clearly.
Yeah, a funny fat guy who's
the joke guy, yeah.
Druski-esque.
Yeah, who's got like a maybe bleached tips, frosted tips like Druski. I don't know exactly but it is Druski who's named in the updated suit. And the reason that he's denying it, especially vehemently, is because Druski is accused of putting baby oil on the alleged victim, Ashley Parham's naked body, before, quote, treating it like a slip and slide and knocking the wind out of Parham due to his enormous size.
He jumped on her.
Hilarious writing in a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Druski knocked the goddamn wind out of me.
It's almost too detailed to not be true. It might not be Druski again, but some fat guy oiled her up and jumped on her like a slip and slide.
I didn't slip and slide
played
on that
beach
bitch.
whale on her body. Yeah.
Ain't no way I slipped and slide on that bitch.
The baby oil checked out.
That's the allegation. That's the allegation. Again, very alleged. Crazy enough.
Did he get a sliding start and like slide into her? Or did he just jump on top?
Did he go wee?
I gave you the exact quote.
Okay.
They didn't go any. I don't think any more
Innocent
detail
until
than that.
proven
Just
guilty.
the
Might
slide.
not be Druski. Might be another guy,
Motion.
or she might be a liar. Who knows?
Right. This is alleged in the the updated lawsuit, and the question is crazy enough to be real or crazy enough to be just plain crazy. That's the question that the internet is musing right now.
So an amended complaint, right? If you're, let's say someone's wronging you in some way, shape, or form, and you want to get a lawsuit out specifically because of like statute of limitations, or maybe because they've just been arrested, you feel comfortable coming forward, right? There's a situation where you're like, okay, let's gather the complaint with the important information, and then later, if like there's less important information, you might say, okay, now we have the time to amend the complaint and add these things. Like let's say someone's like counterfeiting your shit, and then you find other counterfeiting, right? That's kind of an amended complaint. I gotta think that you'd know if Druski had knocked the wind out of you when you're filing that initial complaint. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would just be part of the initial complaint.
It's a detail you especially since he's a celebrity. It's a detail you might want to include. Pepper Life Adventures in the live chat makes a great point. He Deuce Bigelow'd her allegedly. It is it's alleging that Druski pulled the exact Deuce Bigelow move. Except it sounds like he didn't slide all the way off. He just flattened her instead.
I was going to say that whoever, whether it's Ashley Parham or her lawyer that came up with the wording of this, should be writing for the movies. Because if it's not true, it's just such a creative, like, oil, because obviously the baby oil is public information that Diddy's got a lot of baby oil, but to put it all together into such a hilarious scenario of a slip and slide wind knocking out, that's creativity
with his very curvy body.
Wikipedia says that Druski began his career October 2nd, 2017, and he rose very fast when he started posting on the Druski Too Funny. He did that the frat boy, the Kyle Roger video, which was hilarious at the pool. His videos, he accelerated quickly. So for him to say in 2018 he wasn't anything is incorrect.
One of his very recent podcast appearances with, I forget if it was Theo Vaughn, it was another comedian. They asked him about the Diddy parties, like this in 2025, and he was like, "Come on, man." He's like, "Well, you were there a lot," and he was like, "No, I didn't do any of that stuff." But like, they've been asking him about the Diddy stuff for a little while now.
Well, maybe this is why, because maybe people had a feeling he would be named in one of these types of things since he's at the party so much. Given the Jay-Z outcome, I'll wait and see how this one plays out.
Okay. Is it the same attorney?
I think it is the Busby guy I think some of his cases have been dropped and whatnot. And
we didn't get too deep into it, but Jay-Z was breaking it down like from what he could gather. He was like, I was here at the MTV Movie Awards or Music Awards at this time, and you're claiming I was in Connecticut at this time. Like, I think that's what crushed it. They had evidence. It's hard to gather evidence, 20 years later, like where was I at the time? But Jay-Z, I think, was able to do it.
Jay-Z's claiming that Busby's paying these women and that he's doing some illegal stuff. And then counter from their team is that Busby's claiming that two men approached the Jay-Z woman, even though her name wasn't named, at her house and offered her $10,000 to like drop the case and like intimidated her a little bit.
But as an attorney, you're not going to take the case. You're not going to take a case because these are commission-based cases. I mean, this is a multi-million-dollar case to take all the way to court. So maybe they're paying them, but if you're paying an attorney, you're probably actually a victim, right?
If you name 100 people and they all pay you off, that's a pretty good
Jay-Z is suggesting that Busby's paying these women because he's going to get so much money.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Busby's
wants
Busby's paying women to lie as opposed to women coming to him and paying Busby.
Maybe that I could see that
settlement.
Diddy has so many bodies in his closet that you're like,
awesome
hey,
A-list celebrities.
Right.
We add a couple bodies to the pile.
Yeah.
We'll get a settlement.
Six.
Yeah.
You would have to know that you had some good ones in there. You couldn't just do it all on fake allegations. You'd have to have some real good ones in there. So if that is the case, that means that he's also got some ones he knows are legitimate.
If Druski was pulling this bullshit in 2018, after he finally popped a few viral videos, then he's probably done it a few hundred times since.
Right, to be just brand new on the
Probably a
scene.
monster if it was true in 2018.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, I'm so fired up. This is how you guys do it. Like, I just got here.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
too new to be slipping sliding whores, you know? Like
Right.
he's
That's
got to
tough.
earn it.
It's tough. He's funny.
Well,
His
it's not
sketches
a
are
whore.
funny. I hope it's not true.
Yeah, it was not true either.
Just to double check, no one feels that Odell Beckham Jr. might not be involved, right? We're just
I mean-
Drewski here, right?
Well, Odell is just he with the sex boat parties and whatnot. I think he's had a harder road, and I feel like I mean, in
like
the
Odell might
scat,
have been
the
the
scat
victim.
allegations. So I mean, it's just going to be tougher for OBJ to shake this. But hopefully, he has evidence as well.
Yeah, he's got the
What-
shit allegations.
When a woman
Yeah.
dumps on you, I feel like you're the victim.
Yeah.
Right?
What's that,
If
Mark?
a woman dumps on you, unless you want it, like
McAfee,
McAfee.
Beckham's got a McAfee fetish from allegations of OnlyFans. So like if Druski's up there knocking girls unconscious with the slip and slide approach, and then Odell Beckham's like just crap on my chest, what a relief to go from Druski to Odell.
Hey,
You know?
Odell, what do you say we get Drewski in here to jump on her like a trampoline? knock the wind out of her. You know, it'd be funny. Hey, Drewski, let's get the new guy in here.
Oh yeah, no,
Get her a big meal and then have Druski jump on her.
Let's get the new guy in here. Hey, Drewski, come here.
they're a tag team combo.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
but that-
Hollywood.
if true at all, this one is a real bad one. So you definitely want to hope it's fake because the other parts of the allegations that I didn't mention are very, very bad.
Yeah,
It's also bad because you don't want anyone to be the victim of rape, and then also false allegations ruin lives too. So it's just not good either way.
Yeah,
But the slip and slide thing is undeniably hilarious. Okay.
That- we do have that in legal paper now. Yeah. that's-
There's a new king for illegal seizures at U.S. borders, guys, and it's surpassed fentanyl seizures. And I'm, of course, talking about the coveted egg.
Yes. Highly
From the
coveted.
chicken?
Yeah, from the fucking chicken. Illegal egg seizures are up about 40% in 2025 from people coming into the U.S. from Canada, and over 158% in some places in the Mexico crossing, like Tijuana, back into America, because people just be driving into Canada and Mexico, buying dozens and dozens and dozens of eggs, and then putting like a rag over it or a blanket, and then driving back in. And I don't know how they're
Not
getting
Air
caught.
India, you know.
Yeah.
That's what they tell them at the border.
Man, this makes a lot of sense because I was thinking about this the other day when we covered that story about the, 40,000 eggs that got hijacked. What we never asked the question, what do you do with those eggs? Right?
Sell
Like
them.
you sell them, but how? Or how do you offload them? I
Black
guess
market eggs, Craigslist.
Okay. All right.
Dude, people are looking for eggs, Pat.
Yeah,
maybe smuggle them.
tours. But it's also definitely gonna be like less nerve-wracking to smuggle like 1,000 eggs in your car instead of like, kilos of cocaine.
Yeah,
Right.
it's got to be a slap on the wrist type crime, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
it's like-
assume they just seize it and give you a ticket. That you can't throw anyone in jail for this, right?
yeah, not for eggs.
Not before Easter.
Look, I don't know.
Agricultural laws are crazy in certain
are.
countries, man.
See, in the
Arrest
U.S.,
me
they
for egg smuggling, dude. Go
arrest you
ahead.
for bringing in eggs. That's insane.
They'll
but
arrest you for bringing in like certain plants and all kinds of shit.
on
These aren't,
islands,
like-
though.
these
On
are
islands,
just
like Australia
chicken
is
eggs.
crazy.
This isn't like
Fucking
a
Yeah.
species. It's just an egg.
Look, officer, you're gonna crack up when
I hear
when
ya.
you see what's back there. Okay.
You don't need to scramble my brains slamming me on the ground. We're ignoring Trump Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. Her advice is just get chickens in your backyard. And they're going to places like Niagara Falls.
Well, they just
Across
get
the
it,
border.
get in your backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. She's pretty attractive, but she's stupid.
She looks like she keeps a lot of chickens, stays in shape, keeps
Yeah.
her active out there in the fields.
She's out there chasing the chickens.
Ryan in the live chat says that black market eggs is punishable by prison time. That's insane.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be, is the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, is the markup that good? Like, I know
Yeah.
we use eggs as a barometer of how grocery prices are at large, but like ultimately, and it sucks that grocery prices are up, but like the eggs aren't that expensive, man.
Well,
like
in some places they are, Pat. So like the average, I think, in the U.S. now is like $7.50 a dozen.
okay,
You can get them cheaper depending on where you go. Some are up to $10. Now, this place in Niagara, when you cross over the Canada border, they got them for $2.99 a dozen. So if you buy 50 dozen at $6 a pop. That's like what, $3,000 you're saving, something like that. I don't know. You're saving money. This is for like restaurateurs, not just people that casually like eggs. If you need to use a ton, if you run a waffle house,
dude, some people eat like fucking a dozen eggs a day, like
true
solo.
Rock.
Like
who eats a dozen eggs a day? Solo?
Like the Rock, like bodybuilders that eat a shitload of eggs.
Stallone.
Those guys can't afford the eggs. It's got to be for that tight margin businesses like restaurants and shit, right?
Yeah, bakeries and shit.
Yeah.
Bakeries, dude. Yeah,
bakeries all day. So apparently the Canadians are catching on because some guy who works at an unnamed grocery store in Niagara Falls named Steve, he won't give his last name, said he can identify American egg hunters by the way they pronounce dollar, because Canadians, I guess, say it way differently than dollar. How do you think they say it?
Dollar? A
A
dollar.
loony. They call it a loony, right?
Is that what it is?
Toonie.
Isn't it or is that a cent? Is that one of their cents? I forget.
Weigh in,
believe it's a
Canadians,
cent.
on how you say dollar or other things. But okay, we're seeing first offense is $500. Yeah, okay, and then up to $10,000 and 1 to 5. Yeah, give me 1 to 5 years in prison for smuggling eggs, and I won't raise a stink. And also good advice from this hot idiot, because I'm sure people in apartments and rented homes and duplexes can get right on that chickens in the backyard idea, Brooke. Good call.
Well, when your name is Brooke Rollins, you come from land. Okay.
It can't. If you do have a tiny patch of land, though, it is interesting. Although I mean, I feel like it would be a big hassle.
So he says, I don't know if Ryan knows what he's talking about, but he says it's not due to pasteurizing. I know that if you get farm fresh eggs that aren't pasteurized or washed, those things will stay. Like, you can leave them on your fucking counter and they don't even have to be refrigerated, and you can eat them like they. If you get 40,000 of those, it'll be easier to move because they're not as perishable, I guess.
Well, what does perishability have to do with me going to jail over it? Like, if I want to eat, if I want to get salmonella or whatever, like, then that's on me. If I want to serve people at my restaurant and get them sick, then they can sue me for that.
3 months, yeah, 3 months.
What the fuck does perishability have to do with arrestability?
I'm just talking about how why it would
just take the eggs and tell me not to do it again. You know,
I feel like that should be the official punishment.
Yeah. Just take the goddamn eggs.
Well, plus, can't they then just take those eggs, pasteurize them, and sell them? And then
they'll use them themselves. Yeah, like the people working at the borders are the only ones getting free eggs. It is a funny.
Easter's coming, guys.
That's what I said. You can't do this right before Easter. You can't arrest people for egging right before Easter. It is a funny thing to have a shortage of, though, like, or to be expensive, since there's so many chickens that shit out eggs. That's like their job. They just egg.
Dude, if your house gets egged right now, you know that you're a real asshole, because like that, it's like that Chris Rock bit, right? Like, make a bullet $10,000. You know what I mean? If teens are finding in their pocketbooks to egg your house,
that's a message. Yeah, everyone knows you're a dick. Trump's team did say they might pump $1 billion into short-term egg relief package. The money would go to explore temporary import options, improve biosecurity, give financial relief for farmers, and fund vaccine research. I'm assuming the latter is for the avian flu vaccine. Speaking of that, vaccines, did you see RFK outwitted the worm and called for people in places like Texas to get the measles vaccine?
Yes. Yeah.
I just got Cam's vaccine today. Actually, got his re-up on his MMR.
Yeah,
dude. There's a real. Did you guys see that pastor who came out and was bragging that their private school was the most unvaccinated for measles in the state? And there's just that.
Wait, you bragged about it during the outbreak.
It's just creeping towards this community. Yeah.
What is this?
So it's like the fastest start. There was a really bad year though. I think it was 2020.
Scientology.
Well, everyone's blaming on the Mennonites. They said these.
Oh, the Mennonites started it.
These motherfucking Mennonites.
Can you blame them?
And it all starts in these Texas Mennonite communities, and then it spreads because none of them are vaccinated. They're not immunized or whatever, and that everyone's pointing their finger at the stupid Mennonites.
Yeah, they get these these fucking 1920s diseases.
You're not able to tell because they're covered head to toe in 1800s wear, but they're covered in measles.
Yeah, you can't see the chicken pox on them. I saw though that there was a recent year like 2022 where it was an insane amount of measles cases. So hopefully we don't go as bad as that year. But yeah, it's definitely an outbreak right now. RFK shocked the world when he said get the vaccine.
He did.
Hey,
he
everybody
backpedaled
get-
a little bit. He
we
goes,
wanna
well,
get the vaccine.
he's like, well, it is a personal decision, you know.
And then
but
he said you might want to look at vitamin A under
did,
doctor
and-
supervision
and-
as well.
vitamin A does help, but it's mainly for third world countries that have deficiencies, like in Africa.
Right, that
like,
don't have access to the
yeah, like
vaccine,
vitamin A
so-
can help a little bit, but you probably don't have a vitamin A deficiency to begin with. Yeah, hopefully.
Let's go to Memphis for a real rough story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me paint a little picture for you. It was early on Monday morning, and 39-year-old Gerald Kirkwood was fast asleep. And things were good in the Kirkwood home. Monday was set to be one of the first truly warm spring-like days, and as the sun got ready to peek over the horizon and warm the southern Tennessee air, Gerald was at the tail end of a restful night's sleep, and there he was, just nestled in his bed, surrounded by everything and everyone he loves. He had his girlfriend lying right beside him, his favorite pillow under his arm, of course, his trusty handgun under his other arm.
Okay.
And the only thing that could have made this little moment of bliss even better is if he was joined by his trusty canine companion, Oreo. And at around 4 a.m., the stars aligned, so to speak, and Oreo got up from his post at the foot of Gerald's bed and joined the couple for the last leg of that restful night.
Oh,
And
nice.
a sense of peace came over Gerald as the weight on the bed shifted and Oreo climbed up. And that's when everything went horribly, horribly wrong. Because Oreo's paw got caught in the trigger guard of the pistol. And wouldn't you know it, Gerald was shot. Shot by Oreo. Right in his thigh.
Is this a gun without a safety, or did he leave the safety off while sleeping?
Well, you don't sleep with a gun and put a safety on it, Will. That defeats the purpose, because if an intruder comes in, you need to be able to act as fast as possible. And a safety is just going to slow you down.
Just a curiosity of mine, that's all.
The hell is Oreo's problem?
Well, Oreo's a pit bull. Let's cut to the local news
course.
clip.
There you go.
These people did not want to be photographed. I did find a photo of Gerald. He seems like a really nice guy. Here he is. This is from 2014. He posted a photo of himself and then commented on it, "What up?" And then he commented on it again, "Can I call you?"
He doesn't understand how the comments work there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gerald did he survive?
Gerald's fine. He's fine. He just grazed his thigh, but Oreo is a very, very bad boy.
I know what happened. I just know somebody got shot. First the police pulled up, and then the fire truck, then the ambulance.
According to police, a man and woman at this address were lying in bed, relaxing and talking, when the man's dog jumped on the bed, got its paw stuck in the trigger guard of a weapon, and ended up hitting the trigger. The weapon discharged, a round grazing the top left thigh of the 39-year-old man. Monday, family and friends came by, but did not want to appear on camera and were still processing what happened.
That's fair.
There
Just
was
the guts.
a freak incident, and the
We'd rather not.
dog jumped up and caused
film
the
our
gun
stomachs.
to discharge.
A friend of the victim told me the dog involved is a pit bull, about a year old, named Oreo.
Yeah, he's really friendly. He is a pit bull, but he's a very friendly pit bull.
Yeah, he shot you.
Really odd, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Is your friend going to be okay?
Yes, he's fine. He's fine.
The victim was taken
He's
to
gonna be
Regional
okay.
1. When police
Why is he
asked for
talking to
the
her like
weapon,
that?
the victim told them the woman left the house and took the weapon with her. Police did recover one shell casing. I was told Oreo is at home, but I
she
was
hid
not
the gun.
allowed to take his picture.
You got to cover up for Oreo, okay? You got to get this gun the hell out of here, or we're
Dude,
gonna lock
this-
Oreo up.
She shot him, and they're framing it on Oreo.
Of course.
Are you kidding me? They're hiding
not
all the
bad.
evidence, and they're blaming it on the pit bull.
The Fox 13 asked, did the dog jumping on the bed wake you up, or was it the gunshot?
Right.
And the girlfriend said, the gunshot, but then the man waited. What was a combination of the two? There's a combination in the two. Yeah, you got to make sure to trim your pit bull's nails, especially if you're sleeping with a loaded weapon with the trigger guard off, or the safety.
Probably want to just you probably just
But if Oreo's anything like Honey, I mean, again, sweet dog, but not gonna let you trim the nails real easily. Maybe that's the problem.
Well,
Pitbull
it's either that or
bites. Yeah.
you get fucking shot.
You can always just not sleep with the gun. It's always an option.
Everyone in that video looked like Druski. Like they could have slipped and slid. Like Ashley Parham. They were all well over 300 pounds in that video.
Yeah. We'd really rather you don't photograph us if that's okay.
Just get the stomachs. They just zoomed in on their.
We're kind of embarrassed.
Yeah, why did they agree to voice and stomachs?
And the guy was talking down to her like she was 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the dog shot my man. Okay,
Is everyone gonna be okay though?
Can you get the fuck out of here?
Your friend gonna be okay.
They wouldn't let him photograph Oreo either. Yeah. Look, Oreo's got charges. Get this gun out of here. Anyway, that's the show. Get out there and have a great fucking day.
The cream of the crop!